stand in a lush fern meadow deep in Hell Creek, 66 million years ago. The air hangs heavy with the rich scent of pine resin and damp soil. A warm Cretaceous breeze gently rustles the broad leaves surrounding you. Then, without warning, you see it, a brilliant, unnatural streak of light slicing across the southern sky. It doesn't belong there. In mere moments, everything you have ever known will begin to unravel. Not because the rock strikes you directly, but because of exactly what you are. A 35-year-old Tyrannosaurus Rex, the undisputed apex predator of your world. You weigh nearly 9 tons of raw power. Your massive skull, over 5 feet long, contains the strongest bite force any land animal has ever possessed. Easily capable of crushing bone like dry twigs, your senses are perfected by millions of years of evolution. Eyes the size of grapefruits, with razor-sharp hawk-like vision, and a nose that takes up nearly half your brain, allowing you to detect the faintest trace of blood or a rival's territory marker from several kilometers away. You've survived broken ribs, deep infected wounds from brutal battles, and countless savage hunts that pushed your body to its absolute limit. For over 2.5 million years, your kind has ruled this vast continent without challenge. But that streak of light is no ordinary meteor. It is a mountain-sized asteroid hurtling toward Earth at more than 40,000 miles per hour, destined to slam into the planet 2,000 miles to the south. You know none of these details. All you register is pure instinct, screaming that something is catastrophically wrong. The ground suddenly lurches violently beneath your feet. Seismic waves surge across the continent like a planetary hammer strike. Ancient trees sway wildly, then snap with explosive cracks. The Earth itself bucks and rolls, refusing to stay level. Even you, the ultimate killing machine, stumbled awkwardly, like a newly hatched chick, taking its first unsteady steps. Deep roots tear free from the soil with deep, groaning sounds that echo for miles. Then the sky ignites in fury. The southern horizon blooms into a sickly, spreading orange-red glow, like a gaping wound opening across the world. Molten rock and superheated debris rain back down from the upper atmosphere at terrifying speeds. The very air begins to superheat within seconds, transforming the atmosphere into a blazing oven. Temperature spikes so dramatically that the world around you feels like it's burning from the inside out. Your body, engineered like a high-performance engine with intricate vascular channels in your skull to keep your brain cool during long summer pursuits, now turns against you. Those same cooling vents begin pulling in scorching air instead of expelling excess heat. Your thick scales burn hot to the touch. Every breath sears your lungs like fire, driven by overwhelming instinct. You crash through the dense undergrowth toward a river you know lies half a mile to the east. When you finally reach the bank, the water's already steaming violently. Without hesitation, you plunge your massive 9-ton bulk into the river, sinking until only your nostrils break the surface. The sharp hiss of superheated skin meeting water buys you a few precious minutes of relief. Your core temperature stabilizes, but only for now. Yet the river quickly becomes a graveyard for lesser life. Hundreds of fish float belly up around you, their gills scorched by the sudden influx of acid rain mixing into the current. You slowly lift your massive head, nostrils flaring wide. The rich chemical map of your world, the lifelong web of territory markers, mating trails, and your mother's familiar scent begins to fracture and fade into nothingness. One by one, the signals you have relied on your entire life disappear. Your northern rival's boundary is violently overridden by the acrid stench of roasted meat and charred forest. The female to the south ends abruptly at a collapsed riverbank, buried under shifting earth from the relentless quakes. Your mother's trail leads straight into the roaring inferno of the burning conifer forest and simply ceases to exist. You do not understand the abstract concept of death, but you feel the devastating break in the pattern. The world that has always been reliable, the solid ground, the rising sun, the familiar sense, is failing you. The initial thermal pulse eventually fades, but the true nightmare is only beginning. The sky shifts from blazing orange to a choking, perpetual gray-brown as thick clouds of dust, soot, and aerosols completely blanket the atmosphere. Sunlight is almost entirely blocked out. Your advanced bird-like metabolism, which has kept you active and dominant for 35 years without needing to bask, now works against you in the cold darkness. With no sun to warm the days, temperatures plunge to levels your species has never encountered. Hunger strikes like a physical blow. In the first chaotic days, the landscape is littered with fresh carcasses, Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, and countless smaller creatures killed en masse. You gorge relentlessly, your powerful jaws tearing through heavy armor and bone. But decay spreads with frightening speed in the strange new conditions. By the 5th day, you find yourself eating rotting remains you would have scorned only a week earlier. Then, through the dim gray light, you spot him. A living Triceratops bull, ribs sharply protruding, head hanging low under the weight of his massive horns. His movements are slow, hesitant, and mechanical. There is no fight left in his dull eyes. A week ago, this encounter would have been an epic, life-or-death battle. Today, he simply collapses without resistance. You feed. The ancient thrill of the hunt has vanished. You are no longer the apex predator. You have become just another scavenger picking through the ruins of a collapsing world. Days blur together in an endless gray twilight that never lifts. The impact winter deepens relentlessly. Photosynthesis grinds to a halt as dust blots out the sun for weeks on end. Plants wither and die. The entire food chain does not merely break. It evaporates. Your enormous size, once your greatest advantage, now seals your fate. You cannot burrow like small mammals or drastically slow your metabolism like crocodiles. Your body demands constant fuel, and the fat reserves built up during those early days of feasting burn away in less than 2 weeks. As fat disappears, your own body begins to consume muscle. The mighty legs that once carried you effortlessly, the thick neck supporting your massive head, and the powerful jaw muscles that delivered bone-crushing bites. Weakness creeps in relentlessly. Your limbs tremble when you try to rise. An old jaw infection, once a minor nuisance, now flares into agonizing pain. As your immune system collapses under the combined stress of cold, starvation, and exhaustion, every swallow becomes pure torment. Yet the worst torment of all is the silence. Your extraordinarily powerful nose continues scanning for miles in every direction, desperately searching for any trace of your own kind territory marks, mating pheromones, distant rumbles of movement. But the rich chemical language that has connected your species for millions of years has fallen completely silent. You are the last of your kind. You collapse more frequently now, struggling harder each time to rise from the ash-covered ground. The eternal gray sky offers neither warmth nor the familiar rhythm of day and night. Your once perfect cooling system now runs futilely, trying to heat a body that is slowly running out of fuel. The asteroid never struck you directly. You survived the distant blast, the searing heat pulse, the earthquakes, and the initial wildfires. But your extreme specialization, your massive size, insatiable metabolism, and hyper-refined senses tuned for a vibrant world full of large prey became your ultimate death sentence. While smaller, more adaptable survivors found ways to endure, you could not. Evolution had crafted you into the greatest land hunter Earth had ever produced, perfectly matched to rules that no longer existed. 66 million years from now, curious mammals will unearth your bones and try to imagine your final days. They may picture a quick, dramatic end. The truth is far slower, lonelier, and more brutal. The last king of the tyrant lizards gradually fading away in cold and darkness, simply running out of a world left to rule. If you enjoyed this immersive journey into the final weeks of a T-Rex during the Chicxulub extinction event, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. What other prehistoric creatures' last desperate days should we bring to life next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. If this video hits 30k likes, we'll simulate the most requested one. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. See you in the next extinction event.